Is my hearing place? Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Good evening for my friends over, or is it for those at the other end of the world, back in Australia, New Zealand? Shouldn't you be in bed at this time? Anyway, chin chin, everybody. It's happy lunchtimes. Here we are. My name's Donato, and welcome to today's daily show, which is number 85. Yes, on Thursday, the 21st of February. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for taking the time to come here and watch on the replay or here on live. So if you are on live, please do give a hello, shout, thumbs up. And yes, so you've seen the title, The Long Run. The Long Run. Why am I covering this topic? Basically, I had a question from one of my subscribers, and I'll go through that question. And there's a few hints and tips that I've learned myself from the long run. And also I see a lot of people, you might have seen, if you see the image, I've got a red card, and I've done it as a beginner, and I see people doing it. People are people, we all repeat the same errors. I'd rather learn from other people's mistakes, I also learn from my own mistakes, but I'd rather learn from other people. And that's the purpose of this particular vlog, is hopefully you can learn something from me that I've gleaned both from other runners or from my experience of running. So without further ado, yes, this what some people do, they need a red card. Yeah, no yellow cards, red card. For those of you who watch soccer, I don't know whether it applies in American football. I think American football, they put out flags, is it yellow flags and stuff? In soccer, you get a warning, which is a yellow card, and if you get another warning, it's two yellows, you get a red card, and you're off. You're not allowed to continue to play. So that's the operation of, in terms of what people do. You can, as a beginner, we can make some mistakes, we get a yellow card, but if we continue to do the same things, why do we expect different results? I think there was a quote from somewhere, and someone can leave a comment below what the exact quote is, but something along the lines that only crazy people keep repeating doing the same things and expecting different results. Hey Cole, good afternoon to you. Welcome. Stay on here. You might find this useful as well. I know you're a very experienced marathon runner. So I'm going to be talking about the long run and some hints and tips on it. I've got my tea. Hey Sarah, buongiorno, come stai? Sto bene? Yes, all good with you? I can't remember, Sarah, are you in UK as well? So I thought I'd do a bit of a lunchtime jiggery-doo, chatteroo. But the question has come from Petra. I'm going to call this up. And she left the question a couple of days ago, and I left an answer, and she said, very good answer. So I'm going to go through that in terms of what I said and some basic hints and tips. Now, there's three things. Hey, Al, good afternoon, pal. Love the long run. Yes, I love it too. Bene grazie. Yep, I'm in London. So, Sarah, how is it in the big smoke? I've heard there's a lot of smog out there, but no. Yeah, I remember when I was living in London, going for those evening runs was pretty tough. So that's how I ended up switching to morning runs, because the air was less polluted, apparently. So, yeah, here I am drinking my tea. So, the long run. Like I was saying, I love the long run. For me, it's my favourite part of the training week. So I'll be out this week. Sunday will be my long run for this week. I think it's 18 miles, and I'm really looking forward to that. And it's meant to... You're lucky I live near some beautiful long run routes. Excellent, Sarah. Yes, I've got friends. I've been out there. I think I was with the East London Runners Club. I can't remember what they're called. East London. Anyway, it was a running club in East London, and we had a great time out there through some parks and stuff. So there's some really nice areas. There's nice areas everywhere, isn't there? But the question, long run. There's three key things that come up regarding the long run. And I know, Cole, by the way, I am still hunting for that nutritionist that we want to talk about. So there's three things. Shall I use this space here? I know Petra will get all annoyed that maybe I should have a whiteboard and I can draw on here and you can look at all these wonderful things. But there's three key questions that keep coming up time and time and time again. Time and time again. Yes, Carl. Give it a thumbs up. Yes. For those 6 of you who are all online right now, give it a thumbs up and warm welcome. I didn't realise so many of you would all come on live. Anyway, here we go. Three key things. The first question, and this is no particular order, and the topic I'll be covering is probably the third one if I get my order right. So the first one is nutrition. Hey Steve, how's it going, mate? The first one is nutrition. What am I supposed to eat and drink on my long run? Yeah, that's the common question. I'm not going to cover that today. The second one is to do with, what is the second one? Oh yes, what pace am I supposed to run a long run at? And again, I'm not going to cover that one today, but pace, to be honest, if you've been watching me regularly, it's about not training to pace. None of my training runs are to pace. I train based on feel and heart rate monitoring. Obviously now using my new Polar. I've still got my Phoenix on as well, so I've got the two. Yes, I do get some funny looks when I'm out my run with two smartwatches on. But pace, and I'll just coin you why I don't train to pace and why I believe anyone who trains to pace is wasting their time. And that's not my words, that's the words of professional coaches who, and I've seen a lot of top runners, and I mean seriously top runners, as in sub-3 marathon runners, ladies who run sub-2:45, and they've been doing that training on pace, which is really good. And then the coaches, when they go to these top coaches, they say, stop looking at your watch and just run on feel. And I remember one lady beat her sub-3 time by 5 minutes in just 3 months by training on feel alone. Now that's astonishing, isn't it? Because basically just going on feel, because what people do is they limit themselves by what they can see on their watch, and it is very limiting. But the reason why I digress. But the key reason, if you think about the technology, yeah, where's the pace coming from? We're swinging our arms, and this is from this professional coach who was convincing this top runner of why it was a waste of time training on pace and looking at your watch. You're swinging your arms, you're running. Where does the pace come from? It comes from a satellite a few thousand miles. Oh, I'm off screen, yeah, because it's so off screen. It's all the way over there. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of miles away, circling around the Earth, yeah, and you're doing that. Now, we all know if you're going to a certain pace, and I'm sure Thomas, my friend in Germany, will highlight this, and 21 miles felt amazing. First time in a long time, I didn't look at the watch. Well done, Al. You see, you're feeling good. I bet you feel good, and then when you do your next long run, Al, you'll feel just as good. So you're now motivated and you feel great. And that's my key point. But this satellite, going back to the satellite, is thousands of miles away. And as Thomas Fritz will tell you, and all the experienced runners, is when you're running marathons and endurance running, 10 seconds on a pace, whether it be minutes per mile or definitely minutes per kilometre, if you're taking 10 seconds off on a long run, 10 seconds off your pace, that is the difference between burning out and... Petra is the storm name crossing the... Yeah, okay, George. Crossing the states. Oh no, is she in the storm? Anyway, I'm sure she'll watch this on replay. Thank you for the update, George. Yes, so the essence of that pace is the difference between bonking and not bonking. Yeah, it's that fine line when you're running at those paces. So if you're running on feel, you feel good, you can converse, and I bet you, Al, when you were doing that long run, I don't know whether you were with anyone, but you could probably chat as you're going along. For me, if I'm recording it, if I'm doing a recording, I know I'm going at a good pace rather than being out of breath. If you're out of breath, going too fast. But running on pace is really history. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there who may come along and give me a thumbs down. Feel free to give it a double thumbs down, yeah? You'll see what happens when you click it twice. And yeah, no pun intended. But you can argue till you're blue in the face about pace, and I've had people come to me saying, oh, there's a website where, because the pace is affected by weather, terrain, how you feel, all sorts of things. If you've got the flu, you're going to have a higher heart rate and you won't be able to hold the pace. If you're on a hill, the pace is going to be harder to maintain, so the effort is there. And if it's blistering strong winds and rain, that's going to affect your pace as well. But apparently there's a website where you can key all in these details, the temperature, the weather and all that, and it'll magically come up with a pace for you to run at. Holy macarona, have we really lost it? You know, in the words of Thomas, has science overtaken it and we've lost what we can really do, which is run. Have I done enough? Have I had a bit of a thing about pace? Have you got the message now? You can watch it on replay and see it again. But I'll do a whole vlog about the pace and go into a bit more detail, because that was just skimming the surface. I need another sip. Lemon and ginger, by the way. Yum, yum. Number 3, which I'm going to talk about right now, right here, right now. How long should a long run be? How long? In terms of miles, or how long you should be out for. Now, Petra's question, I'll read this because she put it, and I've seen it so many times from people, and it's the same questions. We're all beginners, and this is geared more for beginners. For someone like Al, you've already run a few marathons, so you're more experienced, and the same with Cole. Definitely Cole, you've run dozens and much more marathons than me, so very experienced. But these questions keep coming up from beginners. So Petra is training for a 10k and then going up to a half marathon, and then what she's saying, she wants to go straight up for a full marathon in the fall. For those non-Americans, fall is autumn, so in the UK we call it autumn. So she's going to do the half and then carry on training through the summer and then do a full marathon in the fall. Now she's asked here, now would you know a training plan that runs the full 26 miles? Question mark. I saw most go only until 20 miles. And she's saying it would be good to know first if I can make the whole 26 miles, what my time would be. I'm still very slow and choose a marathon that will let me finish even if I walk, just to make sure. Common question I get all the time. Why aren't the training plans taking us up to 26 miles? And for a lot of beginners, and I was the same, in the same boat, and I was in that training a few years back with professional coaches. I was running my first marathon for Cancer Research UK, and they brought in professional coaches who train us novices, beginners, for the charity runners, and we've never done anything like this before. I'd never done anything like this, and I was terrified. And the first thing in my head was those three questions I was asking those. Should I go out and run 26 miles? And the coaches, and I'll paraphrase it, and I'll give you the polite answer, not what they actually said. No, is what they said. Yeah, they did use a few other words, but no. They have a general, what they call the 3-hour rule, the 3 hours rule. And I've seen this in all different forms and all different types, is a long run as a beginner. You should not be out for more than 3 hours on your feet. So whether you run, walk, run, jog, crawl, whatever, 3 hours. Whatever distance that is, it doesn't matter, which comes back to pace. Yeah, pace does not matter. Yeah, it should be conversational, easy. And the reason the 3-hour rule, I think Jack Daniels, when he trains and he's a professional coach of many years, you can Google him, not Jack Daniels the drink, but Jack Daniels the professional coach, and he's coached some of the best marathon runners in the world, and he coaches, with his daughter works for a charity, and he coaches charity runners as well. He has a 2.5-hour rule for his charity runners. He does not let his charity runners go out for more than 2.5 hours. And in his words, these guys run at 10-minute, 15-minute mile paces. Yeah, a 15-minute mile pace, which is almost like a ultra paces, which is much more slower, but they can go for longer. 3 hours. Now, for those of us who are running at good speeds, we can maybe get 20 miles done in that time, yeah, which is great. And there are training plans out there for professional runners, and they only go up to 16 miles. Now, there's reasons why. All of this is all to do with recovery, yeah? Because we've got other training runs in the week. It's not just one run a week, the long run. We've got other runs in a week, and you might have some sprints or this or that, hill repeats. If you've done more than 3 hours on the Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is, when you come up to those quality other runs that you're going to do, you'll be too exhausted to do it. I'll be worn out. I mean, if you can click on the link, I wish I could put a live link on here, and you can find it on mine. I did record my longest long run before Brighton Marathon, and it was around the Malvern Hills, and it said on the training plan 3 hours. So based on my previous long runs, I'd worked out the pace and distance, and I'd written it out, and I'd estimated a particular route for 3 hours. It was 3 hours I was looking to go out. When I came back, it was 3 hours and 5 minutes. So I'd overbaked it, but again, it was pretty hilly. So that's something I'd learned, that maybe not to do such a hilly course for a long run. I can't remember what that distance was. It didn't really matter. I was out for 3 hours and 5 minutes. When I finished that, and you can look at the vlog, at the end of that, that's when I knew I would finish Brighton Marathon. Whilst I didn't look at the distance, I knew that because I could be on my feet for 3 hours, however long it would take me to do the 26.2 miles, I would finish. That was it. For me, that was when the penny dropped, and I was on there for 3 hours. Believe you me, if you're on your feet for 3 hours, you can stay on your feet for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. And I have done 9 hours. You may have seen me last year. I've done that charity walk. I think I've done 52k, just over 30 miles walking. And it was tough, but I was on my feet for 9 hours. So yes, managed that. Thank you, Al. Yeah, it is great advice. 3 hour rule. And as I say, Jack Daniels is 2.5 hours, but you can play with that as you want. There are some other people, and I think these coaches, when we did push them, because some people do push them, say at most 3 hours 15, 3 hours 30. But again, it might be combined with walking a lot more than the running. So it depends what level of fitness that you're at. And as I say, whether you run or you walk, jog, whatever, the speed is irrelevant. It's about being on your feet for 3 hours. Yeah, the 3 hour rule, that's how I remember it. And I've seen so many people that were training for other marathons. And obviously I'm just a guy, you know, I work a 9 to 5 job. I'm not a professional coach. I'm not a professional runner, but I do run relatively quick, and I have learned some mistakes. And a lot of people, for whatever reasons, won't listen to your advice, because I'm just relaying the advice I've learned from professional people. They won't listen to it. They always know better. And in fact, there is a person out there, which the name doesn't come to me because it's something that I don't really want to remember, and they advocate running 26 miles in the training plan. Yeah, that's right. And I've had people have a go at me online saying this guy has inspired hundreds of thousands of people to run marathons, to complete marathons with the 26 mile run. And my answer to every one of those 100,000s, they haven't completed it because of the training plan. They've completed it in spite of the training plan, because the people who've done these are inspired and motivated, self-motivated to go out and finish it. And I bet you if they hadn't done the 26 miles in their training, they probably would have done it quicker or healthier, because the whole purpose of the long runs and the training is to get to the start in a fit, able-bodied state to take part in your first ever marathon and enjoy it, yeah? If you look at my first marathon, I was enjoying it, and whilst it did get really tough for the last 13 miles, it wasn't the last 6, the last 13 was pretty tough. Because I just went out way too quick. You know, we all make those mistakes. I just didn't listen to my body or anything. I was just going with the flow. You get excited, don't you? Yeah. So I wish I knew then what I knew now, and I would have gone out a lot slower at the start. But we live and learn, yeah. So I've not done that again, and I never will do it again. I won't be going out quick again on a marathon. So hopefully that's helped the 3 hour rule. I hope that's helped you, Petra, and all the others, those listening there. I wasn't expecting so many right now live. There's 10 of you. Give it a thumbs up. 10 of you watching live. If you want to leave some comments below, that would be great. I'm really, really touched and pleased that so many of you have tuned in live to watch this. And yeah, Go Nuts HFX. Hey, how's it going, young man? Or lady? I don't know. I can't tell by your username, Go Nuts HFX. But I'm enjoying my tea here in the UK. I could talk for hours and hours and hours. Maybe I'll do that as another one. So please do give it a thumbs up if you found this useful. There are other things in there, but the key thing is to do a run. And when you finish the long run, I mean, can you imagine if you're running at a certain pace, and let's say I've seen people out there for 6 hours on a training run. Yes, One Man Ultra. Hello, Signor Donato. Yes, thank you, One Man Ultra. Can you imagine, right, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is, and we've got hola, yes, so I'm looking at the live comments coming through. There's a lot of people here. Maybe I should stay on a bit longer. Is there anything? Have you got any questions you want to ask? Feel free, ask some questions. But I do love this. I better check my time. Yeah, I'm not overrunning yet. My meeting isn't until late, so I should be okay. The key thing is to get to the start fit and healthy. Can you imagine? I mean, I've got family, kids, whatever. On a Sunday, even if I went out early, and I often go out early on the runs, say at 6 a.m. Let's say I'm out for 6 hours. Yeah, I'm out for 6 hours. I get back at midday. It's going to take me an hour to stretch, cool down, eat, drink, or 2 hours. What do you think I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day? I'll probably be knackered and in bed. Yeah, so that's not really much of a family life. So we've got to get a work-life balance, running life balance, whatever you want to call it. So 3 hours, I think, really makes sense for all sorts of reasons. There are metaphysical, physiological reasons as well that we can recover. And for the newbies, please add some strength work to your marathon plans. It will serve you well. Yes. Because being on your feet, I was going to say, Al, when you're on your feet for 3 hours, it helps build your strength. Now, I know he's referring to going to the gym to do strength work and so on, but the long run helps in all sorts, both in terms of aerobic training and also in terms of the overall strength and fitness. And if you are out too long, we start to get a bit tired and our posture changes, and that's when we become susceptible to injuries. And that's the other reason about the 3 hour rule. Making sense? I better use the space here. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. We do what is it, 3, 2, 1. Does anyone remember that game show, Dusty Bin and all that? I don't. So for those in the US, you may not have heard of that. I don't know whether that show ever got there. It was a show from, was it 70s or 80s? Probably long before some of you were born. But anyway, show me age now. Yes, Ted Rogers. That's right, Cole. You're showing your age now, Cole. Ted Rogers, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. It is, hopefully it is really good advice. So I've been on way too long now on this live thing, the joys of the internet. So 20 minutes of a live broadcast of 58. All I want to do is sum up really. If you have got any questions you want me to cover in this way, Petra left that question and I felt the need to give a full-blown vlog just about that. And Carl, as I said, I think I'll tweet out, see if I can get some nutritionists to talk about nutrition, because I'm not a nutritionist. So what works for me may not work for you guys, but and I haven't got the science to back it. I'll just go on feel what feels good. I do like my pizzas, I do like my tea, but it's not caffeinated tea, by the way. Don't really like coffee. Makes me go to the loo far too regular. I think you know what we're talking about, maybe too much detail. But and then regarding the pace, as I say, I can do a whole seminar on pace training and why. Oh no, what's happened, Cole? You're off Twitter. Anyway, I don't know what's happened there, but anyway. I don't know. I mean, people have reasons for training at pace, and I can understand that. If you've got a goal time, that equates to a certain pace, and then if you keep looking at your watch and you're to pace, then it's all psychological. It all feels really good. I can understand all of that, but it's baloney. It's absolute, nonsense. I know I'm a newbie to all this. What do I know? What do I really know? Yes, Al, he takes you away from work. I know. And by the way, Al, I'm looking forward to seeing your whiteboard in your office again. Yeah, come on, get that white. Maybe I should get a whiteboard here. I know I work from home, but maybe I should get a whiteboard on here, should I? It is a solid wall, although it feels a bit cold. I do like that whiteboard. If you don't know Al's Ginger Al running, he's over in South Wales. Great lad. He's doing, is it London Marathon again? You got London Marathon? Go and have a look at his channel. And yes, I'm glad to bring in a break. So it might be more lunchtime sessions if I am here of lunchtimes. But sometimes I'll go out and do training sessions at lunchtimes or yoga or Pilates. I think tomorrow I've got a Pilates session. But speaking of tomorrow, because this is where I'm going to close now. I haven't got any script. I just suddenly realised, and Ginger Al reminded me, Wales. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? I've got my dates all probably wrong. But I know the 1st of March is St. David's Day, which is not tomorrow, but it's a week tomorrow. Is that right? Yeah. So, yeah. So you're doing London, Ginger Al. Excellent. So, Ginger Al Trail Runner. Go and have a look at his YouTube channel. And so tomorrow, a week in advance of St. David's Day, I've finally got around to editing the time I had up in North Wales. So tomorrow on Friday, I'll be releasing it, and it's taken me nearly 2 weeks to edit this. I think about 7 hours of editing of the evenings. Yes, Cole's at London as well. There's going to be a lot of people. Clean Coach Katie's at London as well, so there's going to be a lot of you there. And having a great time in London. I'll be over at Boston. Hopefully it won't be rain and snow and wind like last year. But yeah, a week ahead of the St. David's Day, which will be a week tomorrow, I'll be releasing tomorrow the Welsh Epic Vlog. I think in total, are you ready? Are you sitting down? How long this is going to be? Are you ready how long it's going to be? And hopefully you're all going to watch every single minute of it and enjoy and comment and like and thumbs up. But it's nearly an hour and a half. I know, an hour and a half vlog. I don't know how long it's going to take me to upload it to the YouTubes, but I think once I've finished this, I'll kick it off and it'll upload in the background and ready for tomorrow morning. But yes, I know, Cole, when I looked at it, I tried editing it down. I just really can't because there's so many pieces of it. I know I did do some on the live things as well, and you cut some snippets and there was a bit each time, but this is all pre-recorded and there's so much there. I had such a fabulous time. And I talk about various stats and history that I remember. And obviously the biggest fact, and which Ginger Ale may know, and I don't know whether it applies to all of Wales or just North Wales, but there are more castles per square mile than anywhere else in the world. That's right. So I did see lots and lots and lots of castles. So if you like your castles and your history and Romans, yes, the Romans did get to North Wales as well. What have the Romans done for us? Yeah, here I am. I'm a descendant from the Romans, yeah, being from Italy. So yeah, I think Romans, Normans, what a mix, eh? And so yeah, I'm sure there's a there's a Monty Python sketch there, isn't there? Come on, guys. So I'm gonna have to really go, otherwise I'll be slapped over the head. You got married in a castle, Al. Oh my God, you're showing off now. Were you friends with Guy Ritchie and Madonna? I think they got married in a castle too. Yes, Cole, we need to run in Wales. It's been a long time. If you're thinking of doing a race in Wales, there's some great races all over. But obviously when I was up in North Wales, there's an epic, and I mean epic, because having done the Nick Beer 10K, part of the Conway Half Marathon, the route is going around the Great Orme. So if you want a tough, challenging, epic race, because Conway, as well as the magnificent castle, you'll be running out the Great Orme. That is a half marathon and a half. Yeah, it's a real epic race. I've not done it myself. I may do it in the future. I think with the timings, depending on where I am in the autumn, it is an autumn or fall race. So you can combine it with a bit of tourism when you're out in North Wales and see the sights that you see in the vlog tomorrow. But I really got to go. I could be talking for hours and hours. I really do enjoy it. As you can probably tell, guys, I love talking with you guys, whether you're online or not, or I'm just talking live. It's great. You're like the oxygen. It's not as glamorous as it can. I know Castle Cork. It's great castle. Yes, I remember you going past on the train. I'd see it all the time. Castle Cork is fantastic. It looks like something out of the French medieval times. It's the one with the big cones. Is that right, Al? I'm sure it's that one, if I've got my castles right, my Welsh castles. Wasn't built by Edward I, was it? Yeah, so yeah, it is. Random Reviews, Daily Donato 85, that's right. Yeah, that's the one, Al. So I did get me castles right. So I think it's very glamorous there to get married in a castle. So yes, Guy Ritchie and Madonna married in a castle as well. So Al, I didn't realise you were that big of a celeb, mate. Anyway, better go. Thank you so much, guys. If you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, then please do subscribe. And yeah, go out and enjoy the sunshine. I did enjoy the sunshine this morning. It was so warm, I was actually sweating. Apparently I should play Fortnite. Is that the one where they floss and do all that kind of stuff? I'm not really an online gamer. Or GTA 5. Yes. Have you... Random Reviews, have you subscribed to this channel? Please do subscribe and click on the alarm. I do like that. So if you are new here, and Minecraft, I think I might be a bit old for Minecraft. I don't know. There's lots of things to, yeah, I know. Tetris. I remember Tetris from years gone by. Anyway, maybe we should just do a random vlog with no topic, and I'll just talk to you guys online, and we just do a quick Q&A on anything. But if you've watched this on replay, so for those of you who've been watching live, yeah, Rubik's Cube, God, we're really digging it up now, aren't we? So if you are watching this on replay, if you've got any questions, anything at all, whether it be marathon running, 5K, couch to 5K, leave it in the comments below. Yes, I remember Contra. My God, how old are you, Random Reviews? Anyway, leave the comments below. I remember playing some games where it was almost like through the night, with building cities and all that. Yes, do you remember Maria? So in terms of that, yeah, Mario, Super Mario, gosh. Anyway, we could talk gaming forever. So leave questions in the comments below if you've got any questions, and I can answer, or you guys who are watching, you can leave some answers as well below. Feel free to join in the comments. It is a free-for-all. I'm not precious about people answering other people's comments. I know that there are some channels where people do get a bit precious and sensitive when you answer other people's questions. I don't know why, but anyway, the world we live in, eh? I'm off to finish my tea. Thank you so much for your time. Give it a thumbs up, like, and as I said, if you haven't subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button. Click on the alarm bell so you won't miss a live. I really gotta go. Guys, it's 30 minutes. You've kept me on far too long. Have a great day, Al. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Blesses. Yes, please enable super chat. I better look up what Super Chat is. So yeah, Super Chat. It sounds super. I'll maybe enable that and see what it's all about. Maybe leave a comment below once I've finished this random reviews, whoever you are. Leave it in the comments below of what Super Chat is. Maybe I'll Google it or something. But thank you so much for the interaction. Gotta go. Hopefully you found that useful. Remember, 3-hour rule. Otherwise, I'll give you a yellow card. You can get away with it once, but if you do it twice, red card. Yeah, red card. And you're off. No. Cheers, have a happy day. Yeah. I'm going to have a very productive afternoon. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. I should have some music to finish this off, but no, I'll probably get hit with a copyright strike. But anyway.